This is what a realistic car camping day looks like. Messy hair, decked in my usual grey hoodie, and waiting for Walmart to open so that I can wash up and grab some groceries. In this video, you'll get to peep into a realistic day in a van lifer wannabe. The day begins as I wake up from being awakened by random cars passing by, where I park for the night, get groceries at Walmart, figure out how on earth a kayak launch ramp actually works, and paddle through the stunning Antelope Canyon to hike a lesser-known path. This is the real side of solo car camping. No fancy van build, learning and adapting on the go, and prioritizing adventure. If you're curious about how to make car camping and outdoor adventure work for you even as a beginner, subscribe for more unfiltered adventure travel content. If you'd like to skip right to the more exciting parts of the solo car camping road trip adventure, feel free to use the timestamps below. When planning for this bucket list goal to kayak to Antelope Canyon, I've seen vlogs and recommendations that I'm gonna link below in the description box. And there's lots of great tips from these videos and blog posts on the overall kayaking experience. But one question that I still had after reading and watching the video was about the process of using your own inflatable kayak. How was I going to launch it into the water, or how do I even inflate it? The uncertainty was pretty real for me since it would be my first time inflating a kayak and I would have to do it all by myself. So I hope that if you'd also like to do the same thing, this video would be helpful to give an idea of how to go about it. One of the things to keep in mind when kayaking Lake Powell would be to give yourself plenty of time. I would say I am a pretty seasoned kayaker, but it still took me more time than I expected to kayak in and out. Without further ado, welcome to day 4 of this 7-day solo car camping trip as we drive through 2,720 miles through 4 states as we visit 3 national parks.
Good morning. It is 6 a.m. Yesterday's sleep was kind of okay. It was quiet and I felt safe, but at around 6 a.m. this morning, someone was selling food out of his car and people were coming up to pick up food and stuff, and there was just like random cars like passing by. I started to feel a bit like I want to get off here and I sleep anymore. I decided to drive off, but it's time to get ready for the day. Also, there is a McDonald's right opposite, and maybe let's go try like an American experience, which is to drive through. It's apparently going to be a cloudy day today. I hope that will not affect the experience. So a note to self is that Page, Arizona is actually 2 hours behind Kansas. It's something I need to be aware of when making my way back so that I don't return the rental route. But for now, let's get some snacks for the day and freshen up. So I wanted to show you guys what's up. This is the bottle that I have to fill, apparently with something called white gas, but I don't need this much. I'm gonna do research to see if butane fuel will work or this one. You guys can see it to the right hand side. There's a lot of RV buses. It's like normal to park at Walmart parking lots, but when I do it, I feel a bit like shady because it's so secretive, you know. There were like all these like black slits on the windshield, and it was getting to me, so I had to clean it off. And at least when I return the car, I don't have that much to do. It's so dirty. Okay, let's drive over to Walmart now. This is funny, but like we don't have much drive-thrus, or I'm just not used to doing it, and it's actually gonna be an experience. What should I order? Hi, can I help you? Can I get an egg McMuffin? I don't want like any meat.
What size?
Yeah.
What size do you like a coffee?
Okay, small please. Thank you.
Hmm?
The lady asked me just now, like, what size for the coffee. I thought like she was asking me if I want ice. So I was like, yes. So that was a little bit embarrassing. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. 1108, like the price. I thought she was asking me like my number. Confusion. I feel like it's kind of funny to take out and park somewhere to eat, but all for the experience, right? One time's good, I think. Bon appetit. Smells good. It's raining. I need to check up to see whether the Antelope Canyon is still gonna be accessible, because I think if it's raining, it's not a good idea to be in there. Please, Lord, let this rain pass quickly. I see blue skies there, so there's still hope.
So we're now heading over to the public launch ramp. It says that it's up ahead that way. We are parked at the public launch ramp at Antelope Point, and let's see what's the best course of action. My keys are with me because we don't want to park too far away and then have to drag the whole kayak all the way there. But I feel good that there are people kayaking so that I don't feel so alone. You can also see over there people all brought their own kayak. Over there is the launch ramp. Can people drive all the way down there? I'm gonna go look at the launching instructions. Seems like I could possibly drive down there and be there for 30 minutes before coming up. Let's do that then. This is the launch ramp. Super steep. We don't know what we're doing, but let's go. I'm just gonna park on the left side and pump up my kayak and launch it and then come back up. So I'll probably have to launch from that side. Now let's pack our waterproof bag that we're gonna bring in the kayak with us. Got an extra shirt just in case the things when I get wet and cold, and we can change out to 2 bars of small bottle. I'm also going to bring this 1 liter, but just like leave it in the kayak. And I will also bring my GoPro and my phone with me. We're gonna drive down to the ramp and start pumping up the kayak. It's my first time and I'm a bit conscious. I hope it's not too difficult. Let's see. Let's try that. Okay. Let's pump it up. So pumping up of the kayak took about 10 minutes, and the whole like going up and down the ramp maybe like 20. Yeah, but now we're ready and we're good to go. Get our life jacket ready, nice and tight. Doesn't go above our ears. And we've got our waterproof bag and our water, and we're ready to go. So I just asked for directions. The way to the Antelope Canyon is to the left. So just go there for 30 minutes. Then there will be a sign that says Antelope Canyon. A tour operator told me it was going to take about 30 minutes one way, but for me, I actually took 1.5 hours on my way in, considering that I did stop and take my time to enjoy the views. This is how choppy the waves are. Over there, right around the bend, is where we launched off, and apparently it's going to be half an hour. But I feel like much slower on this inflatable kayak than normal ones because like first there's no like big footing for me to counter the force against, and it's missing one like water preventer. So yeah, I think we're gonna work extra hard today, but excited to see what's around the bend. I think it's so cool, so beautiful over there. The other side as well. So this is the entrance. You see the white buoy over there, and I just had the thought that these rocks actually look a bit like icebergs. Wow! And the canyon opens up. Just around the river bend, waiting just around the river bend. I look once more, just around the river bend, beyond the shore. Amazing, you can see like how the canyon was formed through time, and looking at all the texture on it. Water break.
Highly contemplating taking a dip because girl has not showered in 3 days. It's just like towering above. Keep going.
Hearing about the recent federal layoffs, particularly within the National Park Service, truly saddened me. I never involved myself in much politics growing up, but recent happenings and living in different countries abroad made it a little harder to ignore. The national parks hold a special place in my heart as they represent the beauty, freedom, and vast landscapes of the United States. During my time in the US, these parks were more than just places to visit. They were spaces that allowed me to connect with nature, to reflect, and to find solace in the untouched wilderness. It's incredibly disheartening to know that these cherished lands are now facing the consequences of budget cuts and layoffs. But what do the layoffs mean? It means that there are lesser service staff looking out for the upkeep of trails, campgrounds, and restrooms, and also possibly longer lines and wait times, and of course also safety concerns. The impact on park workers and visitors alike is not just a loss of jobs, but a loss of the very spirit of adventure and preservation that these parks stand for. The idea that the national parks, which I so deeply admired, may now struggle to maintain the quality and experience that they've always offered is truly a sobering thought, and for me, this makes it all the important to highlight the incredible beauty and significance of the US national parks and public lands.
We made it. We're gonna treat ourselves with a bar. And I realize I'm still wearing my life jacket.
Took 30 minutes to hike into the narrowest part of the canyon before turning back and getting back to my kayak. I wished to walk a little further, but I knew that since the day had begun slightly later, I didn't want to risk not being able to get back in time.
So after half an hour hike, I reached this ladder and it's kind of cool. These markings are so cool. Like you can see here, it looks just like the map of this canyon. And these markings are also very cool.
One tip for the kayak would be to take into account that you most probably might need more time as the winds going out of the canyon can get really crazy. An unexpected situation also happened on the way out, and it took me a total of 2.5 hours before I could reach back to the ramp.
It's so windy. We're gonna make it. Just keep heading. There's a little bit of drizzle going on. Gonna make it out. How deep the waters are right now. There's a rainbow right there. I hope you can see it. We're on our way to Grand Canyon National Park. We just finished kayaking from Lake Powell to Antelope Canyon. There was a little delay on the way back because of two reasons. Number one was that I was not expecting the wind to be so strong. Like, I felt like I had an orange day for real. And you can see my lips are red. It's not lipstick, it's like the wind blowing against the face for so long. But the second thing that happened was actually someone in front of me capsized in the kayak. And what came in handy was my kayak 1-star certification. I remember the technique to empty water out the kayak. It was nice to see 4 to 5 people helping. That took up extra time. I think it was about like 45 minutes or so. And then it was time. And then it was... Wow, okay. It's very pretty. Let me show you. Are you ready? This is what's outside. Smells a bit like sulfurish type of smell.